Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the best mods of the week in Baldur's Gate 3's Mod Manager plus Nexus Mods. This was another jam-packed week full of mods, and for a brief overview, I released my first weapon pack here with the Fire, Frost, and Flora swords. We also have an identify system in Baldur's Gate 3. If you played anything like Diablo or World of Warcraft, you'll be familiar with how this works. We also have the Baldur's Eye magazine release, which I'll talk about in this video. We also have the Curseflame Cleric here, kind of similar to if you played Elden Ring, and Orin Quinn. Enough said. We also got some beautiful dresses and actually some cool new additions to Gale's romance, and much more. But I'm first going to start off with my newest mod, the Fire, Frost, and Flora weapon pack here. Now, this comes with 14 different weapons spread between short, long, and great swords. Some of them have VFX, some of them don't. You also can mix and match them, so if you want to have a frosty fire sword, you can go right ahead with that. And bonus points to anyone that gets this reference here. So basically what you do is you'd use a tutorial chest summoner. It comes with a chest here. Now I have ones that are infused, which will be marked as legendary. And then I have just regular ones. So if you don't like to have the VFX on the blades like this, so you can see my character is using the one that doesn't have the effects, whereas Fane here has the fiery sword. Now, I did briefly show this off on the last mods of the week video, but the reason for making this mod is because I've made a few different subclass mods, 5 already, and I wanted to have some custom weapons for them. The lighting in that birthday room there made it a little bit hard to see, so I went to a much brighter location that I featured last week to showcase this a little bit better. And with these, I made the long swords and short swords here light so that you can dual wield them if you wanted to, and I think it actually looks pretty cool like that. So this is a leafy blade meant to be used alongside like my Wild Spring Barbarian or my Lucky Clover Domain Cleric, but you can also use them with any class. And here's the frosty long swords, which are great with my Winter Spirit Bard subclass. These can also be used with casters because they'll ignore resistances to cold, fire, or poison damage, so perfect if you want to add this onto your caster because it also looks pretty cool. I also made custom passives for each of these, so like the cold version has Cryo Cut, so if you attack with advantage, it'll inflict bleeding on the target. The fire swords gives you an increased critical hit chance, and the leafy swords here, if you attack a fiend or an undead, you get an additional 1d6 of acid damage. And the legendary version, because the poison is a little bit tricky to keep on the weapon there, I also have it so that you regain hit points, kind of like Giga Drain. And it's also my birthday tomorrow, so I like to do a little gift to you guys and hopefully release another mod. Just matters how much time that I have and bug testing and all that kind of stuff. But here's a little sneak peek of a Dark Urge sword and shield that hopefully will get released tomorrow, but really hard to say. But yeah, little birthday gift to you guys. Just wanted to share that here. And I also have a free Patreon where you can see updates on my mods that I share there. So yeah, I'll have that linked in the comments or description. So yeah, go download and endorse. It would mean a lot to me. Thank you so much. Next, though, we got this really cool mod, Unidentified by Kira May. Now, this is something that I've actually wanted in Baldur's Gate 3 for a while. It is a complete overhaul to the game, in a sense. So what happens is, as you find loot, it may have a chance of being an unidentified item. This is really cool, and it also will apply, like my mod here, it turned one of my weapons in an unidentified sword. So you'll get these scrolls of identify. If you're a wizard, you can learn it yourself, and what you do is you're going to use this spell here to identify the gear. So you get this divination spell here, which you can then use on an item of your choice, and then you just go ahead using it there, and it'll identify what item that you had there. And boom, identified. So this is really cool because it's almost like a difficulty mod in a sense, but it just opens things up and makes the game much more alive. This also works with a variety of different equipment mods. So if you're using other ones like fades, it'll apply to those. You do need these scrolls to be able to do this, but you're going to find these as a new loot source as well. And it's also weighs it by the, like, if it's an uncommon one, there's a 40% chance, rare has 29%, very rare 19%, legendary 4%. So this is really cool, especially if you like this concept in other games. It definitely is worth downloading by Kira May here. Now this is a really cool mod for all those foul tarnished out there. The Curseflame Domain Cleric subclass by Baldur Dumblegate. This adds in a new cleric that has some pretty cool new effects. It adds in actually new effects to the game, and it's all about cold and necrotic damage. So you get the Cursed Smite there, Hex. You're also immune to the Curseflame effects, and you can call down the Curseflame Cataclysm here. So I'll show what this looks like because it's honestly quite sweet. So you just call down, it uses your channel divinity to blast away with these, and boom, you now have the Curseflame on the ground. So completely new status here. I'm immune to it, but it makes the target take cold and necrotic damage by going onto it here if you're in combat. So you can see now my character is burning and it creates ice surfaces because if you played Elden Ring, you'll understand. But this is really sweet because there's not often new like statuses like this. Curseflame is pretty sweet. You also get a few different different spells here that are like similar to base game ones like Scorching Rain, but now this is the Curseflame Ray. And if you're using my weapon pack that lets you ignore cold resistances, it actually pairs well with this. You can think of this sword like the Moonlight Great Sword. So yeah, this is really cool. They also laid out all the different abilities on this. This is one, I haven't done any Baldur's Gate 3 builds in a while, and I think I will for this one because this is seriously so cool. And it has all the way up to level 9 spells here, or spells that you get at level 9. And I love the unique VFX here. You got like the Curseflame Strike, you got the special Divine Strike. Yeah, this is one of the coolest class ones that I've seen in a while. I'm a big fan of this. Made by Baldur Dumblegate. Now, next up, we got Orin_Quinn by Elden. This is, as the name implies, it makes Orin look like Harley Quinn, and it suits very well. Now, this is really sweet because it actually keeps Orin looking like Orin, but also, obviously, like Harley Quinn. This goes great with the Geefy Airy skin for mod for Gortash, so definitely worth checking this out. And yeah, this is cool. I love seeing different mods like this be made. The Ball's Little Monster. Yeah, Elden did a great job with this. I love this mod. Next up, we got the Ondefleur Dress Ensemble by Barry Semifreddo. Another beautiful dress here. You've probably seen it on my character. Yeah, this is nice. Now, this comes with a variety of different appearances similar to their others. And it comes with the camp clothing version as well. I showed the metallic version off at the start here. Here's the single color version. So comes with camp versions. And of course, Unidentified is hiding a few of them from us here, but there's also a gradient. Looks amazing. And the best part is you can use dyes on these as well. And there's also one that is pure water, but unfortunately, because it is pure water, I can't show this on YouTube. So yeah, really nice looking dresses, and Barry Semifreddo has been crushing with all their outfits. Highly recommend checking it out. And here's an idea of what it looks like with some different colors attached to it. Next up, we got the Moxie Ares Gale Decarios. This is ported by Fluffy Spider, originally on Nexus Mods by Moxifer 3. This is meant for those that want to romance Gale, as it adds in 8 kisses, 2 hugs, and tons of Gale voiced responses to romance Gale dialogue. And this version adds the following to his romance dialogue. So his reunion party hug, Shadowheart's reunion party hug, his 4 endgame last kisses, the most heartbreaking kisses in the whole game, and 4 alternative kisses. This is great for the Gale enjoyers out there. I always like seeing more mods that add even more content to the game, so definitely go check this one out. Now we also got 3 new head mods that I did cover previously because they were on Nexus. Now they're in Mod.io, so I'm just going to quickly go through their images. These are made by Manuli Peroni. We got the Malice head. I've used this in a variety of different videos. I actually really like this one here. There's also the Luna head too, and honestly, all 3 of these heads are among some of my favorites. Luna has some pretty big ears, but depending on the race that you choose, it'll look a little different. This one did release last week, but I'm just going to bundle it in here. I did talk about it twice already. The Nyxra head as well by Manuli Peroni. Next, we got the ranged Paladin option here by the Wailing Bard. This is really cool. So what this does is it's going to add in a choice for players whenever they choose any of the Paladins. And even if you're using some modded ones here, they get to choose a preferred weapon. So if you want to be a melee smiter or now a ranged smiter. Now, sticking with the regular old melee smites, they do that 2d8 of radiant damage. The ranged one is a little bit weaker with a 2d6, but obviously because having range is such a big boost, but this doesn't break the game. It keeps it very well balanced, and as mentioned, it does work with other Paladin mods too. Among those changes, it also adds the Sacred Weapon from the Oath of Devotion, which will now count for ranged weapons, and archery is added to the list of the Paladin fighting style. Honestly, this is such a cool option, and for those that want to play as a Paladin with a little bit of a different flair, this is the way to do it. Next up, we got Wyll, You Sit With Me. I love a good pun. This is by Hyperspace Towel. What this does is it adds in a bench besides Wyll that lets you sit down. He'll say something along the lines of, always a pleasure. That's where it is at the Elf Song Tavern. We're currently not there. And this mod literally just released, so I didn't have it downloaded by the time I started this video, but just didn't want to miss out on any of the mods here. So this is great for those Wyll fans out there. And one cool thing is there was a big Wyll overhaul mod that I covered last week, so you can check out last week's episode if you want to see, but Wyll You Sit With Me. There's also Sit With Astarion and Book Club with Gale if you prefer, and there's even a meeting version of that. He'll also say things depending on what approval you have with him. So yeah, another great mod by Hyperspace Towel. Next up, we got the CL Into the Woods Ranger gear by Copperleaves. Now, you may have noticed me having this on a couple different characters here at the start. This is like their other mods, which comes with a bunch of different different outfits that are custom made here using base game assets, meaning they have full dye support, which is awesome. But each of these comes with a like for example, the Beastmaster. So each of the subclasses comes with their own special abilities. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go over every single ability. I'm just going to mouse over some of these here so you can get an idea of what you may want to use. Like Copper Spaces or Copper Leaves' other mods, they are progressive, so they will level up and scale in intensity. And what's cool is it also has that unidentified mod applied to it here too. I had the Gloomstalker gear here on Minsk, and yeah, they also have cloaks. Pretty much the whole getup here you can add together. Like the Hunter and the new Swarm Keeper. This one here lets you summon in a Wolf Companion. Some pretty cool stuff here. Definitely worth checking out if you like to play a Ranger. Another amazing mod by Copper Leaves. Next up, we got the ZYX Fleshforge All-in-One Subrage patch by Akelka. This is for Dragonborn fans out there. It's an all-in-one compatibility patch between Fleshforge and multiple subrace mods. So basically, if you download this, you don't have to download these mods here. So love to see more mods that compile a bunch of stuff together for Dragonborn fans. Also for Dragonborn fans, we also have this, which is an add-on to their mod made by Abraham the TH Heavy. Abraham T Heavy. Anyways, so this is an all-in-one patch that lets you use the Muscular Dragonborn for body types 3 and 4. There's a couple other mods similar to this that they released. This is great for if you want a large and in charge Dragonborn. There is a long list of dependencies here though, and Dragonborn mod enjoyers will know that is kind of the way these things go. They also have some more mods here that add together, and there's even things for like the Karlach Dragonborn if you want to have her extra beefy. So yeah, Muscular Dragonborns. Next up, we got the Esoteric Combat Feat. This is by Paramanov, who you may know from the Ancient Mega Pack. This is quite a strong feat, but I think it's cool because this lets you do a bunch of different things. So you can you go at the Esoteric Strike, which is a multi-hit unarmed attack. I really like this. I like the monk style abilities. I actually added a punch to my latest Barbarian subclass with the latest patch. This feat will give you 10 different abilities. It is strong. You got things like the parry, counter strike, air push, air pull, close combat, bonus kick, hit and run, and ricochet. This gives you a lot of reactions though, just a heads up that it is quite strong, but I mean, reactions are only as good as the enemies that let you use them, so this lets you do some pretty crazy stuff, mostly for solo or dual characters, so I just want to quickly mention this because I like punching and kicking things, and this lets you do that as a feat on any rate or any class. Next up, we got Ember's Wardrobe, Trickster's Finery here by Arifel. This is also available on Nexus. What this does is it adds in 16 custom outfits. Fitted for all tall races and body types. Also fully dye supported, and the outfits themselves are quite nice. This is what I have on my character right now, and I gotta say, it looks really cool. So there's a bunch of these. This will appear in your camp chest. You got the Trickster's Finery here, so it is a little bit different. It's not summoned by the tutorial chest. It will be in your camp chest here. There's some instructions included. And there's a lot of the choices here. You also have some different dyes included with this. I'll just show off their shots to make this more time friendly to you guys. The outfits themselves look really nice. So yeah, the Freebooter, Spencer, the Corsair's plate. There's one without sleeves. Many different outfits that look nice, kind of similar to Ascended Astarion's outfit at the epilogue. Always love seeing new mods from Arifel, so this is really great. Now, another meme one. We also got Wither's Yassified by Eladwin. This is cursed, and that's why I wanted to share it here. So yeah, if you turn on DLSS 5, this is what Withers will look like. So yeah. Most importantly, it's compatible with Wither's Big Naturals. Another awesome mod here by Eladwin. Now, I really want to mention this here, the Baldur's Eyes. This is a virtual photography online magazine here. It is now available. I'll have this linked in the description if you want to check this out, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. There's a lot of amazing things going on in the virtual photography scene for Baldur's Gate 3, and it's definitely worth supporting, so definitely go check this out. There's also a few different mods associated with this too, which we'll be talking about in a moment. So yeah, go celebrate all the great things happening with virtual photography in Baldur's Gate 3. This helps support the modding community and helps it grow. I think this is an amazing initiative and really cool stuff here. I'll just quickly go through an idea, just to give you guys an idea of what this is like. It's really cool. Highly recommend going and checking this out. There's a lot of contributors here, and virtual photography in Baldur's Gate 3 is alive and well. This is a safe for work version, but there's also one that is not safe for work too. And in celebration, we also have the Photobooth PB mini sets here by Sparrow's Wench. Now, this is in celebration of the Baldur's Eye, and this adds in a whole new area here where you can take shots. And I gotta say that this looks amazing. So I'm just gonna go through here and showcase some of them. We got the kissing booth here. So this is another map mod, and I did do a video if you want to get into fights here, because not everyone is into virtual photography, but this is really cool because there's a lot of different little biome selections here that you can go through. Mostly meant for doing virtual photography here. And this is where I started today's video from. Now, another amazing mod here by Leonore but sad, Sunvale Cottage VP map. So this here is also in celebration of the Zine, and it can be accessed in Act 1 here. There's gonna be this magical book that lets you go and teleport. I'll take you guys through a little MTV tours of this crib here. This is another amazing one. So I covered a couple weeks back, they did a light version of Moonrise Towers. This is a nice little cottage, summer vibes. And yeah, this doesn't have any bugs, so perfect for a nice getaway. So yeah, this is really sweet here. I love these virtual photography maps. And I did do a video on how you can get into combat in these if you want as well. So you can really spice things up, even if virtual photography is not your cup of tea. Really sweet though. I just want to run through this quickly to give you an idea of what this all looks like. This is a really big one here. So yeah, a very large location here. There's also a script extender code if you want to teleport here without going to Act 1. But what I did to keep all my characters here was I used a mod, the debug book, which lets you teleport to Act 1, and you can actually do it to basically show up right outside of here. Yeah, this area is actually massive. Some photo mode mods are like literally huge, like bigger than some of the locations in Baldur's Gate. And the pizza chef monks have been here. My PC is heating up real big, but you can see a building there, and now you don't. This is probably a byproduct of having so many tabs open at the moment, but I really like this. The lighting is actually really nice in this as well, and I probably should have came here earlier to show off my new weapon mod. So yeah, this is the Sunvale Cottage VP map here. They have some really great shots too here, so yeah, highly recommend checking this out. And it is gorgeous. I wasn't able to find this here. It's a mystery. Go download it and try it out for yourself. Next up, we got the Killer Queen by Sweet Generous Things. Another amazing head mod here by them, and this is what it looks like. I tried to make my character look this good. They just did a great job of it, so I just want to showcase theirs here. Tiefling, drow, elves, humans, you name it, you got it. And like their other ones, they have ones with fangs, and then there's auto patchers here if you're using any of the other like unique tab and things like that. Next up, we got the Night Owl Agent here by Meep Mega Meep. And this right here is what this outfit looks like. I think this is amazing, and it fits within Baldur's Gate 3 very well. So another incredible outfit mod here that is the Night Owl Agent by Meep Mega Meep. And next up, we also have here the Flora Dress and Long Nature Hair by Lineara. Another really nice dress mod here, and this is made to celebrate the Baldur's Eye zine that got released, so pretty sweet stuff here. More lovely dresses. This one is very floral, so if you're playing a druid or even my new Wild Spring Barbarian, definitely worth checking this one out. And also go over some of their shots here too, because you can dye this. It also comes with the long hairstyle. I have a long hairstyle in my character as well. You also can have this little butterfly in the chest there. Very sweet stuff. So that is the Flora Dress and Long Nature Hair. And finally, we have the Baldur's Eyes VP loading screens mod here. This is really sweet because it's AI free and it adds in 101 new images for loading screens here. And these are all shots made by actual artists, the virtual photographers for Baldur's Gate. And these shots look beautiful. So again, go check out the magazine. It is really, really cool. All created by humans, and I think that that is really nice. Here's a list of the credits of the people that were involved with this. I think they did an amazing job, and I love this initiative. So that is the Baldur's Eye VP loading screens. And my weapon mod is also on Nexus too. I try to post both of them on both Mod.io and Nexus. So yeah, if you use Nexus, please go endorse it. But that is the week in modding for Baldur's Gate 3. Lots of great stuff here. And yeah, go check out the new zine. It is super sweet and very well done. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below, and hopefully I'll be able to release my mod tomorrow if time allows for it. But we'll have it up next week at the very latest. Have yourself a great day, and we'll catch you in the next one.